Hello, my name is Mildew, and this is my submission video for the Land Before Time Great Valley Racing Adventure, all racetracks. It's a pretty good run, not a lot to say about it. I will be talking a little bit throughout the run to kind of explain some things, but other than that, there's not really a lot to talk about. Alright, so timing starts when I hit the X button on player 1 versus CPU, so I'm going to start now. Alright, the majority of the run I will be using Ducky because she is very small, has a very small hitbox, and it allows me to go through some small crevices you wouldn't be able to unless you were Ducky. Like right here, this is a good example of it. I wouldn't be able to go through that if I was any of the other dinosaurs. These yellow flowers that I'm picking up are the speed boosts. It gives me a little bit of speed boost for a little bit, and I can run fast. That purple flower I just picked up was traction, which allowed me to go over that mud without slowing down, and in some levels it allows me to run on slippery surfaces without sliding around too much. This is the first level, Great Valley Race. It's pretty straightforward. All you really do is you go along the wall, pretty much anything you would really do in another like racing game that you're trying to do fast. And don't hit any rocks or logs, because if you hit a log or a rock, it will bump you back a bit and you lose like a second or so. And you have to regain your speed as well. Alright. Oh, these red the red flower that I just picked up is like, I guess like a super jump kind of thing, and it helps grab a couple of the flowers throughout the racetracks. Alright, so this is the last lap. Here, do that small crevice, pick up the traction, and I almost immediately always use the speed boosts whenever I grab them to get the speed boost as fast as possible. Alright, so the next race is Tall Grass Race. There isn't really a lot to say about it, other than at the beginning of the race, the other dinosaur actually gets ahead of me for like a second, but I quickly take the lead back by jumping over the dinosaur and over the tar that the dinosaur almost always runs into at the beginning of this race. See, so Sarah's gonna take over me, and then I'm just gonna jump right over the tar and take the lead. And I pretty much hold this lead throughout the entire race. Again, nothing too special. I'm gonna pick up speed boosts, use them as soon as possible, go through small crevices that I wouldn't be able to if I was a different dinosaur, and then, yeah. I want to be careful here because I can accidentally go into the water, and if I go into like, if I don't have traction and I go into like a bit of mud or some water, I will actually lose the speed boost that I have, and I don't want that to happen because that's slow. Alright, so I'm gonna grab the traction and the speed boost here, just to be a little on the safe side. I don't think I'll be going for that on my next few tracks, or a few laps on this track. I try my best to not lose any speed bursts or miss any of the flowers, because the controls aren't that great, and you can easily mess up and miss something. So I gotta take that into account. Oh, I hit a rock. See, when you hit a rock, you bounce back a bit, and then you have to like start up again. Right, I'm on the last lap. Right, so I'm gonna get the speed boost and get to the end of the track.
Ducky wins!
Alright, so the next level is the Moss racetrack. I'm actually going to use Littlefoot here because Ducky is actually very, very, very unsafe to use in this race because of the positioning of the dinosaur at the start of this race. As you can hopefully, alright, so Sarah is going to overtake me here, and I hope that isn't too much of a problem. Alright, I was able to overtake Sarah and grab that speed burst. If I wasn't as big as I am now, I probably would not have gotten that speed burst that I just got, and it could lose me potentially the race and the run, because the speed bursts are very scarce throughout the level, and you get there as soon as the other dinosaur gets there, so you won't be able to grab one for quite a while if you miss the first couple. So I'm gonna grab this speed boost and then grab that second one there just to save a little bit of time. I'm gonna have a speed burst for quite a while here. I'm gonna grab this one, grab that one, and then that should be it for that that section right there as far as speed bursts go. Again, if I touch this water, I will slow down, and I don't want that. Littlefoot is slower than Ducky is, but he is very, very safe in like a marathon setting, especially on this level. And again, I'm gonna have a quick, long stretch of speed burst here, thanks to grabbing that second one after I grabbed the first one. Right, just gonna run through here. And that patch of mud is actually a good example of the sliding kind of physics, I guess. If you don't have traction there, you will slide quite a bit there. It's very hard to control, and it could get a little hectic if you're in there for too long. Alright, so I'm coming up to the end here. I'm not going to get the second speed burst. I'm just going to get this first one and then just vault straight to the finish line. Alright, so next is Riverbed race. There isn't really too much going on with that race, so I probably won't really be talking too much about it. And I will be going back to Ducky for the rest of the run, because you don't get into a situation like you do in the Moss level, where the opponent dinosaur gets in front of you very early on. sure that alright, it doesn't really matter too much that I missed that traction. That maybe lost me a little bit of time, but not too much. Not the end of the world if I missed that. Ooh, it is the end of the world if I missed that. No, I'm actually kidding. Alright, just gotta make my way through there, and that's pretty much an entire lap, and I do that again for 2 times. Grab that traction. Alright, on to the last lap, and then we're on to the next track. Alright.
Ducky wins!
Alright, so the next track is Windy Ridge Race. It's the only level in this game that has ice in it, and yes, there is ice physics in this game. They're not too annoying. It's just you will act like you are on like a slippery, like the mud in the last level. It's pretty much like that. It's not too bad to handle. Alright, so I'm gonna stay to the left here. And Sarah is actually going to follow me. The AI usually doesn't follow you. I could grab that speed burst, but since I already have this one, or the one before that, I actually won't be able to stack all 3 speed boosts that are over there. So I just run through there instead. I'm just gonna run through here. I'm gonna grab this and this traction. I don't think it happens on this track, but sometimes you can not start your speed burst if you're on like a patch of tar or like not really ice, because I don't think you can really you're not able to use your speed burst. But yeah, that's something that needs to be like, that I need to watch out for, that I'm not trying to start my speed burst on like a patch of tar or something later on. Yeah, this track is very, very short. I'm almost done already. Onto the 3rd lap.
wins.
On to Zigzag Rock Race. The last 3 levels are possibly like the darkest levels. Not in terms of like... Oh, never mind. That's a bit awkward. This race is actually really short as well. And also, I believe this one looks like a dog bone, so it's pretty cool. Well, that's awkward again.
Ready, set, go. Ducky takes
Yeah,
the
so,
lead.
same thing, really. I'm just gonna jump twice to get both of these speed bursts. And I'm gonna run straight through this section right here because I have the traction. I'm gonna grab this traction just to be safe. Or actually, no, yeah, I'd grab that traction anyway because I run out. And I'm gonna run through this section because I have traction on. I don't really want to be jumping because jumping does slow me down quite a bit. I have to jump here, I don't have a choice, but luckily that's a very small section of tar, so I won't be jumping for long there. Grab this so that I can grab this speed burst, come out really quickly, because this is a level where if you stand on the tar, you can't really activate your speed burst until you get off of the tar. Right. Ooh. Okay, final lap. Again, this race is very short. The last 3 races are pretty short. Ooh, Littlefoot's catching up. Gotta concentrate here. At the end of this track. I just gotta jump through here, and we're good.
Ducky wins.
Alright, the last 2 levels are pretty much really the same level. They're both in a cave, and I wouldn't say they're too difficult, but they can really be annoying because there's a lot of tar on these races. And that's really all I have to say about these.
Ready, set, go.
Alright, so we're gonna get this first speed boost so that I can get through here. Then we're gonna get this traction so that I can get through there. And then we're just gonna run. Alright, I don't want to step on the tar there because it would slow me down. Grab that first speed boost, come back around and grab the second one, and grab the tractions as well, so that I can run and grab this speed burst. I think I need that second speed burst there. No, I don't. Ooh, I missed that speed burst. It's okay. See right there, I was pressing the circle button and I was not able to use my speed burst. Because I was on a patch of tar. Very, very tricky. Ooh, that's gonna be I don't know how I lost my speed burst there, but I did.
Ducky wins.
Alright, and now we are going on to the last race, which is the deep cavern race. It's pretty much not really identical to the Craggy cave race, but it is pretty dark. And this is also a pretty fast race, so we're reaching the end pretty soon.
Ready, set, go.
And Spike's gonna take the lead there. That doesn't really matter because I'm gonna
Ducky
take the lead
takes
back
the
again.
lead.
I'm not gonna get those tractions because I don't really need it, because I can just go through here, and then I'm gonna do some very precise jumps there so I can grab both of those speed bursts. Now I could just speed through all of this. Alright, well, I wasn't expecting my speed burst to run out when it did. I was expecting it a little bit earlier. Alright, so again, if I do not have traction on and I go on any part of this, the tar while I have a speed boost, I will absolutely lose it. Alright, so here we go again. Grabbing traction in this level is not too risky. Alright, so far so good. Alright, final lap. You're already at the end of this race. Gotta be careful here so I don't lose my speed burst. Ooh. And time.
Ducky wins.
Alright, so that was the Land Before Time Great Valley Racing Adventure, all racetracks. I hope you enjoyed the run, and yeah, thanks for watching.
Pick a racetrack.